So, because the goal in life is to save you all as much time as possible, which translates into much money as possible, which translates into as much freedom and free time as possible, which ultimately translates into the highest standards of living when you do not piss away your money, because the vast majority vast majority of wealth and success is achieved by avoiding mistakes, not making the right moves. We here at Asshole Consulting have boomer reviews. We're going to review a movie for you because a movie is a 3 hour endeavor plus your time. We're looking at The Mystery of Ungentlemanly Warfare. I was looking forward to this movie. Now I'm just tired. It's not that I'm unexcited about the movie. I'm just very tired. And the reason I was looking forward to it is because it's a Guy Ritchie film. It's got Henry Cavill in it. It looked like, hey, there's the bad guys, and we're going to kill them. And I was not let down. I went to the movie, and right off the bat, I'm like, this got some Guns of Navarone undertones to it. They're on a boat. The Germans board a boat, and if you had seen the Guns of Navarone, you're like, God, is he? I wouldn't accuse the director of plagiarism, but right off the bat, like, oh, this got some Guns of Navarone feeling to it, which is fine, which is fine. Then they scale a cliff. I'm like, that's Guns of Navarone. You're like 10 minutes into this thing. And then you start to say, I have subtle hints. It's like tasting a craft beer, except you're not some unemployed, douchebag hipster with a beard thinking it's 2008 still. I'm getting subtle hints and floral notes of spaghetti western. The music, the layout, certainly Quentin Tarantino vibes, but Quentin Tarantino loves spaghetti westerns. For Christ's sake, he named one of his movies Once Upon a Time in the West. This movie has more spaghetti western floral notes than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which was also a good movie. What else? So you sense the spaghetti westerns through a filter of Quentin Tarantino presented to you by Guy Ritchie. And then also because you're not in North Africa, you're in an island off of the African coast. There was even a little bit of Indiana Jones, just a little bit of Indiana Jones involved. I was more taken by the feel and the environment, and like, hey, isn't that a little bit of like the ingredients that went into the backdrop of all this that was even the actual movie. So that I enjoyed that aspect of it. I don't know who the hell they just, and this is not to offend the actor. You picked the wrong guy for Winston Churchill. I'm like, who the hell is that? That's supposed to be Winston Churchill. Oh, that'd be like me playing Shaft. Although someone should buy the rights to Shaft and just have the whitest of white guys. Hey, can you dig it? And have a cardigan tied around, swinging a golf club. What's up there, fellow homies? Watch the left absolutely shit their own pants. And so the movie, if you're wondering, is the it's not complicated. Nazi U-boats are sinking American supplies to Britain. They want that to stop. They need CO2 air filters so that the U-boats can operate underwater for longer. They find out that the main supply of them is on this boat off an island off of Africa. It is under Spanish control, which I guess they were neutral in World War II. Don't quote me. I don't know. Don't ask me. And of course, there's an evil commandant who is there. I'm like, oh yeah, you gotta have. There's your Indiana Jones. There's the evil commandant. Is he gonna melt? Is he gonna blow up? What's gonna happen to this guy? What's gonna happen when he offends God? What's gonna happen? And they got to get to a boat to sink the boat so that the CO2 filters don't make it to the U-boats, and then American supplies can come in. And so this one small bottleneck in the supply chain of World War II can have a disproportionate effect of helping out the Allies. And it's a mission too dangerous. Then I guess there would even be a little bit of element of the Dirty Dozen, where we got to get people who are all in jail and they got nothing left to live for, and da da da. And if you make it, we disavow We can't acknowledge if you get caught by the Germans, you're tortured. You get caught by the Brits, you're arrested. Boobity boobity bobbity boo. Desperoo slash the guy who rescued Princess Buttercup and Princess Bride. He's in it. He is always a good addition. I really should know the actor's name. I loved him in Psych. Well, name one thing he's not good. He's like the perfect British officer. Like, "Yeah, mom, yeah, uh-huh." I could do that pretty good now that I think I should be a snooty British officer. My God, Matt. British. I didn't say him. Oh, yeah. You don't even have to know. You don't have lines. You don't have to memorize lines. It's just grunt. I grunt British. There we go. So they all got to come up with a mission, and then they got to go sail. There's experts on the attack team. It's a bunch of guys, and then they got another team who is going to. They're going to soften up the target. What the hell? I Sorry guys, I'm just gonna murder everyone in the world. That's all. Just gonna murder everyone. I'm gonna find out who works at Logitech. I'm gonna murder them all. I actually am not going to do that. That's the joke. But for some reason, the camera isn't working. I just give up with this shit. Anyway, so they send in a seductress and there's a weapons dealer who is native to the island, and they go and they soften up the Nazi and the Spanish targets. And then I won't tell you what happens. So the short version of the main question is this movie worth seeing? Is it worth investing 3 hours of your time and $12 of your money per person to go and see it? I say it is. I say it's movie worthy. I don't necessarily do a star rating. Um, well, by the way, it's not Cox Communication, guys. I'm at an Airbnb in Utah right now. Um, anyway, I'd say it's worth going to see. I'd go into the theater. Maybe wait till it gets into the cheap theater. It's not the greatest movie ever, but it is an actual action flick. That there's no woke shit. There's no turds in the punch bowl. There's some things I didn't like about it, like the girl singing "Mac the Knife," which is the most overplayed 1940s, 1950s swing song ever, except for Jump Jive and Wail. That was kind of yeah. The girl is an amazing assassin with guns and weapons. They never avail her of that, and that was kind of like, well, why'd she shoot the guns if they weren't gonna? That was foreshadowing for nothing. But overall, no, it's great. It was a good flick. Wasn't phenomenal. Wasn't gonna win any awards, but it's a standard Guy Ritchie film. And so there you go. Yeah, that's kind of comical. Just so you know, it isn't like a real Guns of Navarone was more real than this. They're just walking. Just so you know, this is going to be a very lighthearted World War II movie. All the Allies' bullets meet their mark. The Nazis don't even get a shot off because they're just so silent and deadly. They're such trained assassins. But it's kind of funny with the Sten guns. David Niven would have been the best British actor for the role. David Niven is the best British actor for any British role. He unfortunately passed away quite some time ago. We got any super chats? We don't have any super chats. There we go. That's it. All right, there you go. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.